Growing up in a small town in country Victoria was a blessing. We had freedom to explore. We tried things for ourselves. There was little to hold us back. School was there, sure, but it wasn't everything. Life was about living. We played sports and games with friends. We never stopped moving. It was an idyllic time. Looking back, I realize how lucky I was. Not everyone gets that kind of start, but it wasn't all carefree. There were challenges too. One challenge in particular stayed with me. I was one of the few overweight kids in town. Kids teased me for it. I hated it. I wanted to be like the other kids. I tried everything to lose weight. I dieted. I exercised. Nothing seemed to work. I was fit. I could keep up with the fittest kids, but I could never beat them. The extra weight held me back. I wanted to find a solution. I wanted to understand why this was happening, but no diet made sense, and none of them gave me the results I wanted. The battle with my weight continued for years. I never became obese, but I was always overweight. I tried every new diet that came along. Low-fat, high-protein, grapefruit diets, you name it, I tried it. I read magazines and books, desperate for a solution. Each diet promised miraculous results. Each time I started with hope and determination, but the results were always the same. I might lose a few pounds, only to gain them back, and more, later. It was a frustrating and demoralizing cycle. I knew there had to be a better way. My body wasn't meant to be this way. I started reading about nutrition and exercise. I learned about calories and macronutrients. I tried counting calories and tracking my food intake. But even with this knowledge, I couldn't seem to find the answer. The more I learned, the more confusing it became. Every expert seemed to have a different opinion. I was lost in a sea of conflicting information. Section 3. Temporary relief, lingering doubts. In my late teens, I discovered the world of fitness. I joined a gym and started lifting weights. I pushed myself hard, determined to transform my body. And to my surprise, I started to see some results. The weight wasn't magically disappearing, but I felt stronger and more energetic. I was finally doing something that seemed to be working. But deep down, I knew something wasn't quite right. I still felt dependent on external sources for my health and well-being. Section 4. The illusion of fitness. I realized that fitness wasn't just about physical strength. It was about more than how much I could lift or how fast I could run. True health, I began to understand, was about nourishing my body from the inside out. The diets and exercise regimes I had tried were just band-aid solutions. They addressed the symptoms, but not the root cause. I needed to find a way to heal my relationship with food and my body. I needed to understand how my body really worked. I was tired of quick fixes and temporary solutions. I was ready for a real, lasting change. Section 1. A Glimmer of Hope. I was around 25 when I stumbled upon a protein-heavy diet. It seemed different. This wasn't about starvation or deprivation. It was about understanding what my body needed. I dove in, eager to see if this could be the answer I'd been searching for. To my surprise, it worked. The weight started coming off, and I felt more energetic than I had in years. Was this it? Had I finally found the solution to my lifelong struggle? The feeling of victory was intoxicating. For a while, I allowed myself to believe that this was the end of my journey. Section 2. Fit for Life, a Turning Point. One evening, a friend was over. I was telling him about my success with the protein diet, how it was changing everything. He listened patiently, then offered a new perspective. He explained that the diet's effectiveness wasn't just about protein, it was about the separation of protein and carbohydrates. He suggested I read a book called Fit for Life by Harvey Diamond. Intrigued, I got my hands on a copy. As I delved into the book, a whole new world opened up to me. Diamond talked about the body's natural rhythms, about food combining, and about the importance of giving the digestive system a break. It was revolutionary. Section 3. Understanding the digestive system. Fit for Life wasn't just another diet book. It was a revelation. For the first time, I started to understand how my digestive system actually worked. I learned about the importance of food combining, how eating certain foods together could hinder digestion and lead to weight gain. Diamond emphasized the importance of eating fruit on an empty stomach, allowing its natural sugars to be easily absorbed. He explained how combining proteins and starches in the same meal could create digestive chaos. It all made perfect sense. Section 4. The Quest for Deeper Knowledge. Fit for Life was a catalyst. It ignited a thirst for knowledge I didn't know I had. I spent hours online researching everything I could find about natural hygiene and the principles of healthy eating. I devoured books and articles, eager to learn more about this new way of life. The more I learned, the more empowered I felt. I was no longer blindly following the latest diet fads. I was taking control of my health. Armed with knowledge and understanding, I had found a way of eating that made sense, a way of eating that felt right for my body. And I knew this was just the beginning of my journey. My research led me deeper into the world of natural hygiene. This wasn't just a diet, it was a philosophy, a way of life. It was about working with the body, not against it. It was about trusting the body's innate ability to heal and thrive. Natural hygiene resonated with me on a profound level. It wasn't about calorie counting or deprivation. It was about nourishing my body with whole, unprocessed foods. It was about giving my digestive system the rest it needed to function optimally. It was about listening to my body's signals and honoring its needs. Natural hygiene taught me to see food as more than just fuel. It was information, energy, and medicine, all rolled into one. By choosing foods in their natural state, I was providing my body with the building blocks it needed to thrive. I was giving it the tools to heal itself, to repair damage, and to function at its best. The more I learned, the more I realized how little I had known before. My years of dieting had left me disconnected from my body's natural cues. I had been so focused on what I eat that I had forgotten how to truly nourish myself. Natural hygiene was helping me to rediscover that connection, to listen to my body's wisdom once again. One of the most liberating aspects of natural hygiene was its rejection of the diet mentality. There were no forbidden foods, no strict rules to follow. It was about understanding the principles of healthy eating and applying them in a way that felt right for me. This freedom was both empowering and a little daunting at first. After years of rigid diets, it took time to trust myself to make healthy choices. But as I learned to listen to my body's signals, it became easier. I began to crave foods that nourished me, foods that made me feel good. The obsession with food and weight slowly began to fade away. Embracing natural hygiene wasn't about achieving some idealized version of health. It was about embarking on a lifelong journey of learning, growth, and self-discovery. It was about understanding that my body is constantly changing, and my needs will evolve over time. There would be times when I strayed from the path, when I made choices that weren't in my best interest. But that was okay. Natural hygiene taught me self-compassion. It taught me that every day was a new opportunity to make choices that supported my health and well-being. It was a journey, not a destination, and I was finally on the right path. Looking back, I realized how much time and energy I wasted on diets that were based on misinformation. The diet industry thrives on keeping us confused and insecure. They bombard us with conflicting advice, promising quick fixes and miraculous results. But the truth is, there is no one-size-fits-all approach to health. We are all unique individuals with different needs. What works for one person may not work for another. The real key to lasting health is understanding how our bodies work. It's about learning to listen to our own internal cues and making choices that support our individual needs. It's about tuning out the noise and rediscovering the wisdom that lies within. We live in a world of abundant food choices. Supermarkets are overflowing with processed foods, packaged meals, and sugary drinks. We are constantly bombarded with advertising, tempting us to indulge in foods that are detrimental to our health. It can feel overwhelming, even paralyzing, to navigate this landscape of dietary choices. But beneath this illusion of choice lies a system that prioritizes profit over health. The food industry invests billions of dollars in marketing and advertising, carefully crafting products designed to be addictive. They exploit our cravings for sugar, salt, and fat, creating a cycle of dependence that can be difficult to break free from. Section 3. Breaking free from the cycle. Breaking free from this cycle requires a conscious effort to become aware of the messages we are being fed. It means questioning everything, from the labels on our food to the advice we receive from so-called experts. It means learning to trust our own instincts and making choices that align with our values and our health goals. It's not about being perfect. It's about progress, not perfection. It's about making small, sustainable changes over time. It's about learning to enjoy the process of nourishing our bodies and rediscovering the joy of eating real, whole foods. Section 4. Sharing the truth. My journey to health has been a transformative experience. It has taught me the importance of self-education, self-awareness, and self-love. It has shown me that true health is not a destination, but an ongoing journey of discovery and growth. Now, I feel a responsibility to share what I have learned. I want to empower others to take control of their health and break free from the misinformation and manipulation that permeates the diet industry. I want them to experience the same sense of freedom and well-being that I have found. The truth about health is not hidden in some expensive diet program or magic pill. It's within each of us. It's in the innate wisdom of our bodies, waiting to be heard. All we need to do is learn to listen. Section 1. Reclaiming your health. This journey, from struggling with weight to embracing natural hygiene, has been about so much more than just food. It's been about reclaiming my health, my power, and my freedom. For years, I felt trapped in a cycle of dieting and deprivation, never truly understanding how to nourish my body. I chased quick fixes and easy answers, always looking outside myself for solutions. But the real answers, I discovered, were within me all along. Natural hygiene taught me to trust my body's innate wisdom, to listen to its signals and honor its needs. It showed me that true health isn't about deprivation or punishment. It's about nourishing ourselves with real whole foods that provide the building blocks for optimal well-being. It's about giving our bodies the rest and rejuvenation they need to heal and thrive. Section 2. A world of possibilities. Breaking free from the diet mentality opened up a world of possibilities. Food became a source of joy and nourishment, not guilt and obsession. I learned to appreciate the simple pleasures of a ripe piece of fruit, a vibrant salad, or a hearty bowl of vegetables. I rediscovered the joy of cooking, experimenting with new flavors and ingredients, and creating meals that nourished both my body and soul. This journey has been about so much more than just physical health. It's been about mental clarity, emotional balance, and spiritual growth. It's been about connecting with my true self, honoring my body, and living a life of purpose and vitality. And it's a journey I believe everyone deserves to experience. The path to health and well-being is unique for each individual. There is no one-size-fits-all approach. But by embracing the principles of natural hygiene, by listening to our bodies and trusting our innate wisdom, we can all break free from the cycle of dieting and deprivation and step into a life of vibrant health and well-being.